put in you. Okay.
All right. So we're live. Everybody that's watching, thank you guys for watching and just sticking with me while I work through all these different struggles. And sometimes the devil don't want us to get things out here, and we're gonna always stop that because God got us first. So with that being said, welcome to Crown by Fire and Good Vibes Lounge. I'm Kalandra, and tonight we're having a real conversation, sharing real stories, and creating a space where every voice matters. So sit back, tune in, and let's get right into it. Today, I have a very special guest. Her name is Vera G. And, I don't know you, and I put my platform out here because I want to meet people from all over the world. We all have been through something. We all have things going on, and sometimes it takes us to take that one little step and get out there and say, "Hey." If I can do this, I can overcome this. Maybe I can help someone else, and you never know who's listening. And so, again, thank you so much for being on my show. Thank you so much for, finding me, crossing paths. However we cross paths on Instagram, I'm very thankful for you because you are the most important part of my show. Without my people that I interview, I wouldn't have a show. I could sit here and talk to myself all day, but eventually I'll get tired of talking to myself. So, um, it's great to have people who actually watch with me, actually tune in, and actually want to be heard. So thank you for sharing. Once I'm gonna say that now, and I'm gonna say that at the end. It's very touchy to be a domestic violence survivor and go through those things. So thank you so much for wanting to share your story. And I pray that this helps someone else and also helps continue to encourage yourself to keep going and keep moving forward. So with that being said, just tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll jump into a few questions.
No problem. So before we start, I want to say thank you again for having me. I'm honored and I'm excited. So yeah, the true beginnings.
Yes, yes, yes.
Not a problem. So a bit about myself. I'm born and raised here in New York City. For a minimum, I won't say my age, but for a while. And I always say since a young child, I always say, everybody has a calling in life, and I feel like music was definitely one of my callings. And at a
Mm,
very young age of 7 years old, I just felt like this was something that I really wanted to continue working on down the line. And since that, first moment I wanted to kind of develop it. My parents really instilled in me at a young age, like, hey, listen, you got something, go all the way for it. And I used that to the best of my knowledge. And I was able to do school choir for a little bit in my high school days, and then transition to that, to do my own thing, solo projects. And then I had the opportunity to work with Al Sharpton many, many years ago at the Change Choir here in New York
wow,
City. And it was a
wow,
great experience, but I
yeah.
just decided I had to move on because I, at the time, I was a single mom, going to
Mm-hmm.
school. It was just too much at that time with scheduling. So, but I gained something from that. And then from that point on, I just continue on my own path to my journey in this industry as an artist. And since that point on, been doing open mics, showcases, the list
Okay.
goes on. So I've been doing my thing.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So, you have a beautiful voice for sure.
Thank
I definitely
you.
listened to it. You have a beautiful voice.
Thank
And a very beautiful person. So I'm sure that's inside and out. I'm sure you carry that along through your children and your family, and I'm sure they're very proud of you. Especially, sometimes we may feel like, and with my other guests I just talked about, sometimes we feel like we're not um who God wants us to be, or we don't know how to accomplish that or what we're doing. And so for you to know that and continue on, just thank you. Thank you.
you.
And you keep going. So we're going to jump into a few questions. Some of them might get a little touchy. If you don't want to discuss certain things, you do not have to. It won't get too deep, but definitely we're going to shine a light on your music for sure. Um, Tell us a little bit about your journey growing up in New York City.
Oh my God, where to begin?
Yeah.
Where to
I've
start?
been one time and I was like, oh gosh, I don't know how
Yeah,
people do it, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a trip. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I guess from my own personal experience, being down here for many a good amount of years. I won't say my age, but a good amount of years.
Mhm.
You get the ups and downs, as they called it. The perks about living in your city, you get to see different like boroughs. You get to have so much of a diversity, and the foods are awesome down here.
Mhm.
And you get to enjoy, embrace the environment. Now, of course, the
Mhm.
downside of it, crime. Um, Unfortunately, you see all types of things out here. But I think to learn from both perspectives in that sense, I think I kind of use that to
Mhm.
utilize that in my music.
Mhm.
Especially being an artist, you have to use your environment, you have to use your own personal experiences and things that you kind of like put together, and also to have people resonate with that as well. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
we have a flip side to it, but
It's a,
yeah,
yeah.
New York City is crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I was on a TV show. The I was on a TV show a few years
Nice.
back, and I got to come to New York City. Well, we were in Stanford, but a Karamo show or something like that, and we were there, and it was very
Awesome.
hectic. Hats off to you all living there and knowing how to deal with that traffic for sure. It's the traffic for me. I you know. So,
Oh my God.
at,
Don't get me started.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. At what point did you realize? I know you said your mom and your parents were telling you back at a younger age. At what point did you realize your music was a calling?
Um, I think it had to be later on in my life, and to kind of sum it up, I think it was towards when I got older and I had my child, and I
Mm,
started seeing from his, as you know, as a parent, you have to always make sure your child's good and everything. You have to sacrifice
mm,
even sometimes your own situation, make sure they're okay. And
mhm,
what really resonated with me and really realized this was really my calling was when I saw my son, and it made me an emotional, I guess you could say, being more of an emotional person, and seeing his kind of views sometimes at things and him growing up. And I utilized that to my own child. And I was
mhm,
like,
mhm.
I gotta like start writing things I maybe went through traumatically, or things, I kind of embraced as a kid, even now too as an adult. And
Yeah.
it got me more to the writing process to write more,
Mhm.
and because of him, it's really like he pushed me, if anything. And
Yeah.
that's when I
Yeah.
said, I'm gonna do it. I'm not taking this. I'm taking this as my life, because it
Yes.
reflects on who I am, and that sort of. So yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I could definitely relate to our children playing a big role in who we want to be and who we want to show them, as far as in who we can be, for sure. So hats off to that as well.
Thank you.
How did your music become your outlet and a healing tool all at the same time?
Oh my
Like how's
God!
that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my. I
Yeah.
mean, this is gonna be long.
Yeah, it's okay. It's
um.
okay.
No, you're good. I think overall, I have okay. I've encountered a lot in my life previously in the past, and I think, and I was funny because I said to somebody else, a friend of mine, not too long from like a couple of days ago, and I said it's
Hmm.
funny because to me, music is like my therapy. Literally, like
Hmm.
I go in the recording booth, depending what I'm writing about, and when I go in that the booth, or recording booth, you call it, if something takes over me, it's not a bad thing,
Hmm.
but it's like when I say what I have to say on the mic, I feel like it's something that's encouraging me spiritually to release
Right.
that emotion. And I
Right.
think, oh, definitely. And I think because of things I went through in the past, and I think it really gave me a way to ease off all the emotions, and also they call like the dead weight on your shoulders because of so
Mhm.
much you're holding
Mhm.
in. So I think that's was a combination of both of that as well. Yeah.
And I can agree with you because music, even if we're not the artist, music has a way to make us feel even as a human being. So, and I can relate to all
Yes.
types of music. So I understand for sure, definitely how that can turn into, a healing tool for not only just yourself, but for other people. So, like I said, you have a beautiful voice and I definitely like your
Yeah.
music. So yeah.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah. Um, what was the turning point where you decided you would never give up on your dreams?
Mm. This might be emotional. So I guess there's two parts to it. The first one was when my father passed away many, many years ago,
I'm
and I
sorry.
was still kind of like a touch and go. No, no, it's okay, it's okay.
Hmm.
But it was like a touch and go situation because I was still kind of developing what I was doing. But then when he passed away, it really affected me a lot, and I used
Yeah.
that as when I saw a therapist. They were like, write out your emotions, and I said,
Yes.
this is great. So I started writing, and it led to poetry, and it led to like other
Oh.
examples of releasing those emotions at that time.
Hmm.
And then it took from that point on. But then the second part was what really made me to like focus more was the death of my mom. That one hit
Oh.
hard because she was the
Yeah.
only person I had as a living parent at the time. Yeah, no,
Yeah. I'm
it's okay. And
sorry.
I think from that point on, it really kind of well, no, no, it's okay, it's okay. But I think it was a wake up call from those
Hmm.
both situations, and I think now it gave me that motivation to like now
Hmm.
push harder
Hmm.
now and just put out more content and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Definitely losing someone is hard, especially when they believe that you are so much more than you know you are. We lose people, and it's kind of touchy when you lose someone, and then that's when you kind of notice that, hey, I need to do this for them, not only myself but for their name, to leave that legacy for them, and let them understand that I can be that person that they see me as. And because our parents, and as a parent, we see our children and they see us more. They want us to be so much more, and even though we have these obstacles that we go through, yeah, it's kind of hard. And so I know that someone passing on is something that's very sacred, and helps us push forward. And some people don't, and so thankfully you use that as a creative tool and a great way to express yourself, and honor your parents.
Thank you.
So yeah. um a little bit about your
Mm.
music and your career. Um, I love it. But a little bit about your music and career. You've released 7 albums. Seven. That
Yeah.
is amazing. Let
Thank
alone
you.
some artists. Yeah, some artists are really huge and they only release 1 or 2 albums. So for you to
Right.
have
Yeah.
released seven, yes, period, Pooh. For you to have released seven, what have you learned about yourself through each project? And you could just talk about the
Oh,
most important 1 or 2, or you can talk about all of them. Is you have the stage. Yeah.
not a problem. Not a problem. I
Yeah.
mean, there's several projects albums that really, I think to me the most was okay. To answer the question, I think all the projects are amazing because it shows the growth in my music and the
Mm-hmm.
history of what I first started with, certain concepts, ideas I wanted to talk about. And then
Yeah.
from as of now, from the very first project I released, which was Trials and Tribulations, that was my first album,
Mhm.
to now the last one now, which is called My Anxiety. That's, it's out now. But
Mm.
I think
Yeah.
from those projects, the one that really resonates me the most, it's um, Victory, and I believe that was
Mhm.
one of the albums. And the other one I believe was My Anxiety, but it was more Here I Am, because it was like that
Mhm.
standpoint in my
Mhm.
life where I'm like, now I'm breaking those barriers for myself and stop
Yeah.
holding having chains hold on me, because like I know myself and I'm like, I have so
Mhm.
much more potential as an artist. And I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta go now all the way into this. So with those both projects, it was more like a wake up call for me, you could say,
Mhm.
to like,
Mhm.
now I'm gonna show people like I'm here basically.
Go
I'm still
hard. Yeah.
right, right, yeah, and
I'm gonna show you my authentic self for sure now. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
definitely, definitely. So yeah, yeah, you really said it. Yeah,
yeah. That's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. So, what can fans expect from your upcoming single, "Turn Me On"?
Oh my God, that one's who? It's explicit, by the way. It's for grown folks music. I'm putting it out there
Okay.
right now.
Y'all hear it. Y'all hear it first right now. Grown folks music now.
Yes, yes. 18 and up, because I don't want no parents like, why are they saying this is I don't want no
Yes.
problems, no parents now. Listen, no, no.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
That's amazing.
definitely. No, but you
So,
could.
so where did you what's the what's a couple of highlights of Turn Me On? What
Ooh.
are like you got like a verse you could tell me that stands out that you're just like, I put that verse there because honey, this.
Oh my God, where to start? Yeah, I mean, the song itself is it's pretty much, I mean, self-explanatory. Like it's, you're
Mm-hmm.
telling a
Mm-hmm.
man or
Mm-hmm.
woman, I'm not knocking it.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
things I want to be
Yes.
situated and be taken
Okay.
care of.
Okay. I get
um,
that. So close. Okay. I was like, okay.
yes,
So close mouths don't get fed, and I'm
right,
hearing a little bit of okay, some good highlights in there. Okay.
yes, yes,
Play
and then
that with your boo. Okay.
right, or anybody. Listen, I ain't knocking it.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Tell us about your fifth album, Energy. Like,
Yes, okay.
what was the theme and the inspiration behind Energy? Because I'm a spiritual person, so what's
Oh
that?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely not a problem. So that one actually, there's gonna be there was a bit delayed to that one, but that one
Mhm.
should be by this year. Be hopefully the finally the
Okay.
release. But with
Yeah.
this album itself, I think like you just said, to me it was a spiritual awakening. With
Hmm.
that album, and I feel like certain songs there kind of relate to that topic, where it
Hmm.
was like sometimes you go through certain situations and you need something that spiritually will wake you up. And I think Energy is definitely one of those songs that really reflects on that. And I
Yeah.
think it's another one, Broken Wings.
Oh,
That
okay.
one. And
Okay.
I'm going to tell you the story behind that one.
Okay.
It's a true story. Many years ago, I was at the age of 2 years old. I couldn't walk.
Mm.
I couldn't talk.
Um,
My mother had to bring me to physical therapy because the family were
yeah.
talking nonsense about me, like, oh, I'm like a rag doll, like I'm just there.
Yeah.
And I think at during that time, my mother, she kept pushing it, going to therapy and getting me speech therapy, physical therapy, all that sorts. And knock on wood, today, I'm able to surpass people, what they said negative things about me as a child.
Hmm. Hmm.
And look, I surpassed all that they were saying about me at that time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
of course, and I think the song "Broken Wings" discusses about that concept. Like, I feel like broken wings is like when a bird breaks their wing, they're not
Hmm.
fully completed. And with
Yeah.
the song, it's like me kind of explaining that sense a little bit. So it's
Hmm.
really entailing about that experience I went through many years ago. That
Yeah.
sort of stuff.
Yeah. And not all the time do your wings stay broken. You know what I mean? So you heal from that. And so I understand that. I love that. And I'm definitely gonna go
Mm,
and look for that. You send me that song if I don't just can just see it somewhere. But definitely I like the energy one and I definitely like Broken Wings so far. So I'm gonna listen to that. Um let's talk about a single, Talking That Ish. Come on now. What's Talking That
ooh,
Ish? You talking that
so
ish, girl. Come on.
yes, you are getting the exclusive. It's not even out yet.
Yes.
It'll
Okay, wait
be
a minute. I like this in Good Vibes Lounge now. Come on now. That's why we got Good Vibes Lounge and Crown by Fire Survivor, because you never know what you're gonna get over here now. That's that lounge for
yes,
you. Yes, yes.
of course,
Yeah.
of course. So to sum it up, it's I don't want to give too much away, but it's coming out on
Mhm.
December 25th this year.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's a little Christmas gift for the world. But the
Okay.
song, I won't mention names in there, which I luckily it didn't, but it's kind of like throwing subs at people that disrespected me
Yeah.
personally. And I was like, a person, you get kind of fed up when you people keep talking about you, and you're like, you're minding your business, you're paying no mind, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
like pushing your buttons. So I feel like this was the perfect title for a single to put out, because it's like I'm not cursing on it. It's clean. But it's
Okay.
actually, no. In the end, I do curse. In the end, sorry, man, I do curse in the end.
It's okay. It's okay. We all say a
Okay,
few curse words.
yes, exactly. No, but to sum it up, it's basically like my comeback. Like me
Hmm.
gave my
Hmm.
lick back. Like, you guys want to talk something? Well, I got something to say. Pretty much, that's the key.
Yeah, yeah. I like that. Okay, talk.
Thank you.
Okay, talk that ish.
Yeah,
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about Self Love, the one that's
yeah,
coming out? Okay.
yes. Okay, definitely. So it will be released by next year of 2027.
Okay.
I'll confirm the release to you guys like before that time.
Okay.
So the album itself, I feel like, in life when we got through transitions, we go through certain chapters in our lives, and this I really wanted to resonate with a lot of people out there as well. And the chapter for me is now self love. It's like taking care of yourself, loving
Hmm.
yourself before anything, and it
Yes.
it has affected, not affected, it has talking about my own personal life a little bit to some extent.
Mhm.
And I realized going through a lot of traumatic things I went through and recently through my personal stuff, I was like, yeah, I want to like finally know how to love me, because I never took the
Yes.
time to take care of myself. I always loved everybody, but now it's my time to finally like take that reevaluation. I say to
Yeah.
like look at myself and love inner myself and my inner self.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like that,
Thank you.
because I share my age all the time. I just turned 41, but at
Oh
the end of
yes,
the
we're the 40
day,
club.
yeah,
Yes.
okay. And at the end of the day, I'm just learning. And not only am I learning every day, but I'm just learning like 3 or 4 years ago who I am, who God wants me to be, what my journey is, and I'm continuing this journey every single day. Sometimes I get a bump in the road and sometimes I don't. So just knowing every day that I wake up that God gave me another chance, and I have to love myself, and if I'm not, and we were just talking about that, being a better version of ourselves in the last episode. If we can't be that better version of ourselves, we can't we can't really resonate to anyone else if we can't resonate to ourselves with ourselves. And so I like that title. I can't wait to hear that.
Yes.
um
I'll
but
let you.
yeah, yeah.
As soon as it gets out, I'll send you the link so you can check it out. As soon as it gets out, yeah.
Okay, okay, thank you. um can you tell us a little bit about how you balance your personal life with healing and your music career? Because you got to be a mom every single day that you wake up, all day long, no matter what, no matter those dreams, no matter those goals. Mom is first for sure. And like you said, we got to put that self-love in there for sure. But how do you balance that?
That's a that's a very good question.
Yeah, I know. I try to
No,
balance
no,
it all the time. So
no, you're
yeah.
good. You're good. It's okay. To sum it up, I think it took me years to balance the
Uh-huh.
personal life thing, and
Mm,
then as also being a single mom. You everything's relied on you. Like you have to be the
yeah.
mom and the dad. You have to do so much more unreliable on you instead of just what you can. So I kind of learned that at an earlier phase in my life when I
Mm-hmm.
had my son. And I was like, okay, if I could balance school and work and take care of my son and figure things out, then I could balance anything if I can more time on other projects. So, like towards when he got around, I think when he got over like 9 years old, 10 years old, I was like, okay, I have a
Mm-hmm.
little more time to start like no more writing and just doing just those things for now. And then when he got a little older, I was able to like be flexible during his school time, have a little time to just look at places I could look online to go and do things. And I had babysitters.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was able to have like one or two babysitters.
Oh,
Thank God when I was able to have my
yeah,
son
because that's the
to.
hard part for sure too.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Especially we gotta like a lot of these times these venues they open they start late nights and all that. So
Mhm.
I've been through it. I trust me, I've been through all those situations. But I by the grace of God I was able to have like one or two people I was able to rely on to help me out during that time. And so it has been a battle. I'm not gonna lie. It
Yeah,
has been a battle.
for sure.
Um Definitely. And I think that really helped me out was just learning on my own during the phase of being a single mom even to now to learn the
Mhm.
scheduling or how to work around his schedule and able to just still pursue my thing but just be workable and not to overwork myself but be workable with the balance of the
Yeah.
scheduling. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I have four children and now I'm a grandma and all
Oh,
types of stuff.
congrats!
So yeah, it's very hard to try to do that. I go to school. It's very hard to try to just do all of that and also be a mom and also be there for yourself and be there for others and still just try every single day. So yeah, I'm glad I get a reset every single day. I'm
That's so true.
thankful. Yes, yes. A little bit on inspiration and impact. Um, you know, I'm pretty sure you're going to say exactly what I know you're going to say, but what keeps you motivated to keep pushing forward?
Oh my. I mean, first and foremost, my son. That's a big one.
Hmm.
My
Hmm.
parents were they're no longer here. I think that really was a setback for me to
Hmm.
like reevaluate and be like, you know what, they wanted me to continue doing this, so I'm gonna, like you said, honor them, their legacy, but also
Hmm.
put a
Hmm.
part of my legacy behind that as well. And I
Yeah.
think, but another inspiration, I think, is just the group of people that have been inspiring me most, like my friends or like the immediate people, like small circle I have,
Mhm.
and they always like, hey, you're doing good, just keep pushing. And that sometimes I always tell people, like, the thing of the most smallest act of kindness comes a long way.
Mm.
You just
Hmm.
say, hey,
Hmm.
how you are today, or put a smile on somebody's
Yeah.
face. That is better than anything. And I think those things
Yeah.
really are a way to help people push further what they want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I definitely agree with you. Um, What what advice would you give to other survivors who are trying to turn their pain into purpose?
Yes. Whew, that one. All right. So, being a survivor from certain situations, from domestic violence to sexual abuse, um,
Mm.
I'll tell you one thing: it's not an easy process,
Mhm.
because
No.
you have to first take time to net. Because the thing is, when I went through that years ago, I blame myself. I'm like, I deserved it. I feel like I triggered people, or whatever the case may be, or
Yeah.
whatever the situation. And
Yeah. Yeah. No.
during that time, I had to later on get therapy, which really was
Yeah.
affecting. It
Yeah.
was very effective on my process with that, the healing process. But I think
And I'm
learning
sorry.
from
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
no, it's okay. I think the traumatic part is still in part of me, because it's not going to go away. But
Mhm.
what
Mhm.
I learned from it was that don't let that still control you. If anything,
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
use that as a positive note to help other people along the way. And I think through
Yes.
that, of course, and I think the same time is like music really was my biggest tool to release that,
Mhm.
to put it out there, and then like
Yeah.
to like listen, like, I went through it, I almost died, but I survived, and that was
Mm.
really like the biggest wake up call for me. And I said,
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to use that to help other women or men out there that are going through it at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. And for sure, it's not just women and it's not just men. It's not just kids or
Children,
it's not just adults.
yeah.
It's unfortunate that we have to go through these things to um have experiences in lives and all these, unfortunate circumstances. I hate that for us. But if we continue to speak out, we not only help ourselves, but we help others and we give them a voice as well. So not only are you giving yourself a voice, and I'm thankful you can talk. I'm thankful you can sing, you came from a lot, you know what I mean? And so um, yeah, it's hard and it's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
No, no, it's okay. I'm letting it out.
But yeah, yeah, yeah. But thank you so much for just talking and being here. You know what I'm saying? Being that important person in your son's life and in your family's life, the ones who care, the ones who matter for sure. Because we're not born into a family that we actually want or we actually picked. So it's unfortunate when we go through things as a family. You know what I mean? And so and I understand. So again, I'm very sorry for that, and I'm thankful that you're here. I'm thankful that you're choosing my platform to speak your
Oh,
truths and
thank
just be here for other people, you know. Um,
thank you.
let's talk a little bit about what do you hope your legacy will be as both artist and survivor.
Wow. Um,
Yeah.
just wow, that's a tough one. I think overall, as first like the artist side, if
Mm-hmm.
let's say if somebody could be impacted, let's say if one or two people or 10 people that listen to my music, if it's daily or weekly, it doesn't matter. But if they get to hear it and they could say, "Wow, I'm exactly how
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling right now," or like, "Wow, this person is going through a lot." That's
Mm-hmm.
motivating me to wake up in the morning and do what I have to do. And
Yeah.
that right there will be the biggest legacy I feel behind. If,
Mm-hmm.
whatever happens, in life, I think that if just inspiring somebody or lifting them up or just making a smile a day or depending, what song they like or whatever the case may be, that right there, I feel like that's will be the imprint for them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I
Oh,
like that.
thank you. And then, no, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, 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 no. Thank you.
You're
Um,
welcome.
what what are your goals for the rest of this year and beyond? I know we talked a little bit about just your couple of things you have going on with your music next year and coming out here in a couple of days. I believe it's in a couple of days, right? Yeah. And so what are the goals for the rest of this year and beyond? What do you want to achieve?
Um, I think overall, just everybody wants fame, right? Everybody wants to be
Hmm.
rich. That's
Yeah.
great, but I'm not really like that's not the end goal. Ends what
Yeah.
I call like the. I'm just happy pursuing what I'm doing
Mhm,
right now and helping people through the music
mhm,
as therapy for them. I think just continue, giving people the light as I call it. Giving them some hope
mhm.
in the future. I really want to continue. I've been doing also community work aside with the music and stuff as well, and I'm gonna continue
Okay.
doing that. Actually
Okay.
we're doing at September 5th here in New York City. We're doing our, I think it's the sixth annual back to school event. We're giving a giveaway.
Okay.
So we're doing that. Yeah, September 5th here in New York City. So if anybody's interested,
Okay.
I'd love to contact my friend here or myself.
Yeah.
Just let me know.
Yeah, yeah. I'll definitely, if you send me though any kind of
Yes,
links, any kind of information, I definitely will make sure it's added to the bottom of this.
I appreciate
For sure. Anything you want to add to where they can click and listen to your music, please make sure I get
it.
all of
Yes,
that. I will put all of that in the bottom of this for our channel and
thank
to make
you.
sure people are sharing for sure. Because this is not the end. I like to say, I don't believe in coincidences, So us meeting each other, us speaking, I have been building a sisterhood for quite some time now. And believe me, this sisterhood is not just from right here in my hometown. It is from all over, So for sure, I like to tie those ends to where we can go different places and be as a sisterhood and not just help women. I want to help men as well. I have something that I'm going to eventually come out with called Men of Momentum. So we want to lead from men and women, not just from a women's standpoint, because again we both go through things, you know what I mean. So before I get ready to end a little bit,
Mhm.
I do want to ask, how can fans and supporters continue to support you and your music? What are your platforms?
Yes, yes, definitely. So you guys could definitely check out all my music. It's on YouTube, Deezer, Tidal, I think Apple Music, yeah, what's it called, Spotify, uh, anywhere. Just type it up. Amazon Music as well. Just type up Vero
Yeah.
G, and there's a couple of them. So the main one you see is like me with different photos.
Okay, it's okay.
Because like there's other emojis. No, no. So mine's like a
Yeah.
little dot on it, which is that's why I try to stand out with that one if possible. If not, just look it up and you see the songs on there. Different songs from coming from mines. Got me going
Okay.
crazy. the new one now's out now. Turn Me On,
Mhm.
and the list of songs, the singles, or albums are out there. So definitely go support that. But those are the platforms right now that I believe is out now. Where you guys can check.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Um, Also, I want to tell you about an app I use.
yeah.
And I'm not, by all means, they should give me some money for supporting them. I'm just kidding, but but I use this
Oh
app called Blink or something like that. But it's just like Blink, but instead of the K, you put a Q.
my
And something that you could go on and I'll share it with you. And once you click it, you'll be able to see how you can have everything under one platform. Because I find it hard
God.
to try to remember things because I dibble and dabble in a lot of different things. And I'm like, somebody might ask me, okay, well, what do you have going on? Or this person is an actress, and because I do a little acting, you might
Hmm.
find this a little beneficial to where you can just tap and send things. And if you're in public and somebody might say, hey, how can I look up all your stuff? You could put all of this stuff under this one little platform and then just share it. And it'll tell you where you met that person, all this type of stuff. And it's very unique and very neat. So make sure I share that with you,
Yes, definitely.
because
Thank
I
you.
find that it keeps my clutter all in one one tab, and they can just click, 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 or whatever. So
Okay.
with that
Thank you.
being said, yeah, you're welcome. With that being said, before we end, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, personally,
Hmm.
spiritually, and in your music career?
I guess for spiritually, um, to continue on, I guess, but the stuff I do know spiritually, I think to utilize that, enhance it with, of
Mm-hmm.
course, music. That's a big one, and just trying to get that inner peace more of anything, and
Uh-huh.
to just get my, I say they call it like spiritually enlightenment. I think is that right? Like
Mm-hmm. Yep.
just get, yes, to get more in tune with myself in that. Personally, I think it's just, I want to continue being the better version of myself, and also
Mm-hmm.
just the setbacks I'm going through now to overcome those situations. And I think with music wise, just to continue putting more great content, continue like
Yeah.
doing more shows down the line and more. I'm actually talking about videos. You're the first again, guys. You get an exclusive. I will
Okay,
be,
now
yeah,
see.
like, yes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I will be first time. It's been a while. I've done videos like a year or two. I think more than that. But I'll be soon releasing my song's called Scars. That's on the a brand
Mm,
new me album. I will be
okay.
releasing that single. Well, actually, it's a song from that album. But I'll be releasing
Mhm.
that song, the music video soon. So stay tuned for that.
Okay.
And
Okay. I'm sharing it, honey. I'm sharing it. Okay.
yes, it's gonna be really nice. And a couple of visuals I'll let you know in advance when I get them
Yeah,
released.
girl, I'm gonna have to come fly to New York and come get in one of these music videos. Stop playing. Stop playing. Okay.
That'll be cool,
Okay.
man. Get a cameo.
For real. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Awesome. I
I
love it.
love it. I love it. I'm so thankful again for you coming on here. Is it anything you want to leave Good Vibes Lounge people and Crown by Fire people with? Your fans, anybody you want to leave us with anything?
Yes. Of course, thank you so much for having me again. My message, I guess, want to give to you, your viewers, anyone out there as well. Hello. Um, Never give up on your dreams. Always believe in yourself. And
Yes.
end of the day, love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest
Mm-hmm.
one. I want to leave
Yes.
as my message to you guys um, with that.
Well, thank you so much, Vera. I appreciate you. I hope this is the beginning of a great friendship, a great sisterhood.
Yes, I love
And
it.
thank you for reaching out to me. I enjoyed this conversation. I
Thank you, same
actually
here.
needed it more than you think I did. I get a little scared sometimes before I get to doing things, whether it's filming or doing movies or whatnot. I get these, because I've always been a social antisocial person. I like to say.
I
So
understand. It's okay. It's
I
okay.
basically I'm only social when I have to be, and I'm trying to get myself out of that. So this was awesome conversation. And I don't want to just call it an interview because this was an awesome conversation. And I look forward to hearing your music, and I definitely will be playing it. And like I said, thank you for all the exclusives. Thank you for being on my platform. Thank you for believing in me.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. It's just, it's amazing. It's very amazing. And I can't say thank you enough because, like I said, you're the most important part of my show. Without you or without, anyone else being on my show, I'll just be talking to myself again. So, thank
Like, man, what
you.
else to
And
say?
yeah, yeah. So,
No, it's okay.
this is
I
amazing. This is
no,
amazing.
I appreciate you. I just want to give a quick socials out.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
real quickly, guys, you can check out my Facebook artist page is at VERO2884. My Instagram
Okay.
is at no problem. My Instagram is at official Vero G. That's all together.
Uh-huh.
Also, I have a website. I really don't read on it, but it's www.verogmusic.com.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, verogmusic.com. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how me too.
Don't worry
So,
about it.
do
You
you
good, you
have a
good. I got you.
TikTok by chance?
Yeah, yes. TikTok. I've been on this for a while, but I still put stuff from time to time.
Mhm.
It's the same thing at official Vero G for TikTok. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I love it, and I hope you have a great night, and I hope you
Thank
can
you.
come on Crown by Fire. It's self survival, and maybe tell your
Yes.
story and about domestic violence and anything else you would like to share. I
Yeah.
look forward to talking to you again, and you are welcome to inbox me, text me. I'll give you my number here once I'm settled and get everything done for tonight, and I'll make sure you have my number. So I'm a text away, honey. You can call me, talk to me, whatever. We're gonna build this future together, and I appreciate you so much. And keep going, honey. Keep going.
Thank you
You're
so much. It means a
amazing.
lot. And thank you. And same here. And you got this. You got this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. This was Vera G. Make sure y'all check her out on all her social media platforms. I'm very thankful again for her, and I'm very thankful for you all for watching. Make sure you are subscribing to Good Vibes Lounge podcast, also Crown by Fire Survival, and make sure you're following Manifesting Millions on all social media platforms. Thank you, and we'll be back. Thank you.
Yay, bye. All right, I'm out of here.
Bye.
Bye bye. All right, take care. I think okay. Let me get. Oh,
He ain't gone. He just moved into the sky, singing in the storm, walking through your cries. Yeah. They still here when the raindrops hit, speaking through wind, not words, just lit. Look up. You gon' see they face in the clouds. Truth don't die, it just hum real loud. You hear that voice in the dark that light the night, that healed the hurt and made the wrong feel right. Footprints where the water feel clear. Close your eyes, they still here. Hands on my head, standing in the rain, feeling names float like water through my veins. She look up like she could feel the pull. Raindrops hitting like the sky ain't full. Skies don't lie, it's a memory scroll. They holding on tight to our untold goals. Ancestors singing, but they palms in the stream. Left rhythm and ripples, impress in your dreams. He a stunned in my chest when I walk, he ride. Tell them spirit and truth, don't run, don't hide. Now I speak for the ones that don't got no mic, and I walk like a storm in my life. So wake up, gotta wake up. We gotta wake up. They still here when the raindrops hit. Speaking through wind, not words, just lit. Look up, you gon' see they face in the clouds. Truth don't die, it just hum real loud. You hear that voice in the dark that light the night. He healed the hurt and made that wrong feel right. Footprints where the water feel clear. Close your eyes, they still here. We ain't lost, we just got loud, tryna flex, but forgot to hit the clouds. This peak, it's the custom page of the storm they left. We inherit rage, that gone. They bumping in blood, singing in the wind when it's thick like mud. Feel cold when the thunder go black. That's a voice calling every soul back. He said, you more than change, you more than hurt, you more than pain, you more than dirt. You the echo of the flame that refuse to fall. Nah, rap like the sky, let the real ones call. Rain don't fall for nothing, it's memories spilling out. They ain't ghosts, they drones. Still calling out your route, still calling out your route, still calling out your route.
Really made.
I'm storming with my tribe, could you feel it? Voices in the wind, ancestors saying we gon' kill it. Bass hitting heavy like a drumline spirit. Every step we take, we make the whole world feel it. Bouncing my walk, this energy is timeless. Roots from the dirt, but my shine pure diamond. Grandma in my ear saying, boy, keep grinding. We done bled for this soul, keep your soul inclined. City lights flash, but I'm built like the river. Flow steady, never fold, got the heart of a giver. Talk slick, we don't trip, just deliver. Storm in my veins, hurricane with a scripture. I'm storming with my tribe, could you feel it? Voices in the wind, ancestors saying we gon' kill it. Bass hitting heavy like a drumline spirit. And every step we take, we make the whole world hear it. I hear the whispers, they dancing in the trees. Old souls singing low, keep me on my knees. Not from fear, but respect. They done walk through the fire. They the reason every dream that I chase go higher. We don't fall when the storm starts spinning, because we come from pain that turn loss to winning. This beat got the bounce, but my words got the healing. Club vibe mixed with ancestral feeling. Move, rise, storm through the night. We are your power, we are your light. Dance with the spirit, speak with the flame. Carry our rhythm, remember my name. I'm storming with my tribe, could you feel it? Voices in the wind, ancestors saying we gon' kill it. Bass hitting heavy like a drumline spirit. Every step we take, we make the whole world hear it.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yep, yep.
All right, awesome. We got good sound and I see you really good.
Good.
Um all right. Well, of course, we're just jumping right in because I had actually had a guest before you, and so this is still a pre-recorded episode and it's also live, and then I'll fix it, of course. Um
Cool.
but I just want to come right in and introduce myself again. For those who don't know me, I'm Kalandra Vons. I am owner and founder of Crown by Fire Survival and Goodvibes Lounge. So earlier in the month, I believe it was last month, Maurice Ford was with us, and he talked a little bit about his life and the things he overcome or overcame, and he spoke with us on Crown by Fire. I want to jump in and ask you to talk a little bit about yourself. Um, introduce who you are. Again, I'm gonna introduce you as Maurice Ford, and just tell us a little bit about who you are. And just briefly a few different things.
Yeah. I'm Maurice Ford, author of the books Five Times a Slave. My first book is Five Times a Slave: How Childhood Trauma Can Create a Career Criminal. And that book
Mm-hmm.
is basically about my past life. I like to say my criminal history, what traumatized me as a young adult, and how it led me to become a career criminal. And my second book is same title, Five Times a Slave: The Death and Resurrection of Maurice Burnett Ford. And that book is more about who I am. And I
Hmm.
introduce through that book the mental transformation, my program. And after each chapter, there is a workbook. And that's what I
Okay.
believe in, the mental transformation.
Okay. Okay. Um, so as you know, and as when you were in a part of Crown by Fire Survival, we had questions. We talked about different things. This is going to center more about your accomplishments, what you have going on in the future, what you are trying to provide with the community, and as a man today. We all have had our trials and tribulations, and I'm sure as we talk certain things will come up, but I want to focus more on the positive in your life, basically. If you all want to know what all he been through or what he's overcame, please go look at Crown by Fire Survival, our show on YouTube. It is on there, I'm pretty sure, and if it's not, it will be soon. So Maurice, I'm gonna ask you a few different things. um I know we spoke about who you are today, but let's talk about just a couple of pinpoints on what led you to Crown by Fire, our conversation on there, and what led you to the books that you have today, just briefly.
Okay, what led me to Crown by Fire is I've seen you on Facebook, and
Hmm.
I want to reach out and share my story on your platform. And I do that any kind of way I can, share my story. And it was a good, appreciate your platform, appreciate you allowing me to be on your platform. And it's who I am today, a person who overcame, troubles in my life,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
it took, I've been to prison 5 times. That's why I call it Five Times a Slave. My book, Five Times a Slave. And
Okay.
I was recently released. You could say recently. My last time I was in prison was in 2018. And I just had a mental transformation, and I just changed my life. And I'm a truck driver by trade. And, I
Hmm. Hmm.
just try to do things. Well, I do things that I like to say I do things that show my transformation, my mental transformation. And
Hmm. Hmm.
I just been going from there, man. Just trying to do the next right thing.
Yeah, yeah. And I see that every single day. I mean, I'm not one who always scrolls the social media. I'm more of a poster, but most of the time, I'm I can, scroll a couple of times and I definitely see you doing the work. So, congratulations to continuing every single day on trying to be the person that God put you here to be. So I'm thankful for you for that. What has life taught you about enjoying the present instead of always fighting to survive?
Mm. What had life taught me? Just basically to not to be so impulsive. Think about
Mm,
my choices, think about my words.
yeah,
And just continue to be the person I am today.
yeah.
Right now, I like to do a lot of positive things because that's basically what my life consists of. And just
Mm-hmm.
making the next right decision each and every day. Each and every
Yeah.
day, and seeing it in my mind. Seeing it in my mind and conquering my goals and things like that my goals keep me going forward basically.
Yes, yes, yes. I understand that. I understand. Okay. Because it is a battle to try to you know not be negative, because in human nature, if we're not trying to be negative, somebody else is being negative, is causing that outcome of you to be negative, and you try as a person every single day. We all try every single day to be a better person, and we discussed that in my previous interviews today. Just us trying to be a better me, a better you. So
Right,
that's good to try to overcome those things and try to survive every single day. um
right.
what does a good life look like for Maurice Ford today? Is it the one you got,
Mm.
or is it the one you're building continuously every day?
It's the one I have right now, and the one I'm
Mm-hmm.
building.
Okay.
Just being free. Saying
Mm-hmm.
continuing to be free and not to
Yeah.
fall back into old patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And taking everyday challenges, like I like to call them, challenges that you might have in
Mm-hmm.
life, and doing a positive thing with them. Just overcoming all challenges, man. Because every day is it could be a different challenge or a challenge period every day, but I don't think it's
Yeah.
like life is hard and nothing like that, or life is not fair.
Okay.
It's just different challenges you face, and I just try to do the right thing every time.
Yeah. 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 That's Ooh, yeah. And, every single day, the moment we open our eyes and God give us that reset, it is a challenge. You know what I mean? To try to be that person that we're trying to be, or that God sees us to be. Like I said that before. But it's hard to try to do that every single day. It's not easy. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? And so every day we all are not only trying to survive, but trying to be that higher self, because that's how we gonna get,
yeah.
where God wants us to be at the end of the day. Let's
I
talk a
agree.
little bit about the author. We talked about Maurice. Let's talk about the author. Um, when did you realize your experiences needed to become something other people could read?
Um, I knew or I know before I wrote my books, I would a lot of people would, reach out to me, even in prison, they would look for like just some positive advice, I guess, and like I never liked to steer a person wrong, even when I was in my wrong, so
Mhm,
it's I feel like people could it could help a lot of people if they heard my story,
mhm.
and I just share it with, people, rehabilitation centers, prisons, just letting them know that I've been through it, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. If I can switch my
Yeah,
mentality, then so can you. That's my slogan. That's what I like to say, and it's true. I believe if I
yeah.
can do it, coming from my background, man, from 13 to 37, I was back and forth to jail, prison,
Mhm,
juveniles, jails, prisons, and if I can switch
mhm.
my mentality to a different channel, I know anybody else can do it.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean that's definitely hard. And I'll probably say in any state, but for sure in the state of Arkansas, and coming from, the childhood and the things that you've been through, I know it's very hard. You talked about that, and I want people to read your book, and I want people to develop the mindset of being a better person. And if it takes them to read your book, I think that that would be a great outcome for people. I'm not really a reader, but I want to write a book as well. And so you just seeing you overcome those things and do those things, I'm very optimistic about me being able to do it. So not all the time
Man,
do you have to have maybe been in prison or not, but we all live in our own little prison in our brain and in our head sometimes. So I feel like I can get my word out. So with that
yeah,
being said, you putting that out and knowing that people could read it and develop a better mindset helps me out as well. You know what I mean? So I don't want
yeah,
you to think
definitely.
that just somebody in prison might have read your book or think that they, not only have to can overcome those struggles, but I can overcome those struggles too by, putting my life and my mindset onto paper, and maybe someone else can read it, and this could be my
Of
outlet as
course,
well, how I'm doing it right
of
now.
course.
I might not write a book, what I mean? So um
Yeah,
you're not only writing books, you're also speaking that truth, you're speaking that
right.
forward, and people are going to listen, and they're actually going to feel like I can do that, because I feel
Oh
like
yeah, of
that,
course,
even with you
of
writing
course,
your books and being behind you. um
of course.
your book, Five Times a Slave: How Childhood Trauma Can Create a Career Criminal, has a powerful title. What does that title mean to you beyond the words on the cover?
Mm. It describes basically struggle. You know what I'm saying? The struggle. I named it Five Times a Slave because of the 5 times I've been in prison, and according to the 13th Amendment, that abolished slavery except as punishment for a crime. So that's where I got the
Mhm,
name from, and it describes in the book. I describe my criminal history. A traumatizing event that happened to me at the age of 13, losing my dad, seeing the
mhm,
aftermath of my dad being murdered, and
mhm.
just how it traumatized me. So
Yeah,
that's where I
yeah,
came up with that concept, that. And but you were saying, like, everybody got a story though. It don't have
mhm,
to be that of crime or something like that, but that was just my story. You know what I'm saying? But everybody
yeah,
got a unique story that'll help somebody. It might not, like my second book. I've had people tell me they bought the book and read the book, and they said it don't kind of relate to them, but they use things in that book to help them out in their life.
yeah,
So basically what it is, man, just like trying to help the next person with your story, because everybody got a story to tell and it can help somebody.
yeah, yeah. I agree with you. Um, what do you want people to understand about childhood trauma after reading your book?
That is that is hope. You can overcome trauma, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what
Hmm.
I do. That's what we do through my nonprofit. We address trauma, especially in
Okay.
young adults and older people as well, man. Everybody has some form of trauma, you know what I'm saying? We call it
Hmm. Hmm.
adverse childhood experiences. Everybody got the ACEs, if not all of them, one or two or three. So, and I
Okay.
also encourage people to seek therapy, professional,
Hmm.
especially young adults, because I don't have the words to say all the time. I can only show people
Yeah.
through my experiences. So I advise them to talk to a therapist, and I
Yeah.
advise parents to like to say, make or require your young adults to talk to therapists. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong. You know,
Yeah. Well, for a moment, we'll take a little break, and we'll allow and see if Maurice Ward can come back. Um, let's see, one second. Let's try to get him to come back real quick. And he may be okay. I see you. Well, I see your. Let's see. Okay, Maurice, if you see it, you can come back up at any time. Right now, while we're talking, I want to sit here and take the time out to thank everybody who have actually been a part of my show, who are watching, who um subscribe, like, share, comment. I'm very thankful. Like I said, I try to tell my people that without them, I won't say I'm nobody, but I definitely need the people who are on my channel to be here. I appreciate you all so much, because without y'all, I'm not, gonna accomplish too much, I don't think. So, and maybe I will. But right now, I feel like everybody that, supports me, comes in, believes in me, sees my work, believe in coming on, speaking on my platforms. I believe that is something great, and I'm so thankful for that. Um, but we're gonna take a small break, and hopefully we can get Maurice to come back in. Until then, I appreciate you all so much, and we're gonna take a little small break.
I've been struggling to keep my head held high. He ain't gone. He just moved into the sky, singing in the storm, walking through your cries. Yeah. They still here when the raindrops hit, speaking through wind, not words, just lit. Look up. You gon' see they face in the clouds. Truth don't die, it just hum real loud. You hear that voice in the dark that light the night, that healed the hurt and made the wrong feel right. Footprints where the water feel clear. Close your eyes, they still here. Hands on my head, standing in the rain, feeling names float like water through my veins. She look up like she can feel the pull. Raindrops hitting like the sky ain't full. Skies don't lie, it's a memory scroll. They holding on tight to our untold goals. Ancestors singing, but they palms in the stream. Left rhythm and ripples and prayers in your dreams. He a stunned in my chest when I walk, he ride. Tell him spirit and truth, don't run, don't hide. Now I speak for the ones that don't got no mic, and I walk like a storm in my life. So wake up. Gotta wake up. We gotta wake up. They still here when the raindrops hit, speaking through wind, not words, just lit. Look up, you gon' see they face in the clouds. Truth don't die, it just hum real loud. You hear that voice in the dark that like the night, he healed the hurt and made that wrong feel right. Footprints where the water feel clear. Close your eyes, they still here. We ain't lost. We just got loud, tryna flex, but forgot to hit the clouds. This peak, it's the custom page of the storm they left. We inherit rage, like gone. They bumping in blood, singing in the wind when it's thick like mud. Feel cold when the thunder go black. That's a voice calling every soul back. He said, you more than change, you more than hurt, you more than pain, you more than dirt. You the echo of the flame that refuse to fall. Now rap like the sky, let the real ones call. Rain don't fall for nothing, it's memories spilling out. They ain't ghosts, they drums. Still calling out your route, still calling out your route, still calling out your route. Really made. I'm storming with my tribe, could you feel it? Voices in the wind, ancestors saying we gon' kill it. Bass hitting heavy like a drumline spirit. Every step we take, we make the whole world feel it. Bouncing my walk, this energy is timeless. Roots from the dirt, but my shine pure diamond. Grandma in my ear saying, boy, keep grinding. We done bled for this soul, keep your soul inclined. City lights flash, but I'm built like the river. Flow steady, never fold, got the heart of a giver. Talk slick, we don't trip, just deliver. Storm in my veins, hurricane with a scripture. I'm storming with my tribe, could you feel it? Voices in the wind, ancestors saying we gon' kill it. Bass hitting heavy like a drumline spirit. And every step we take, we make the whole world hear it. I hear the whispers, they dancing in the trees. Old souls singing low, keep me on my knees. Not from fear, but respect. They done walk through the fire. They the reason every dream that I chase go higher. We don't fall when the storm starts spinning, because we come from pain that turn loss to winning. This beat got the bounce, but my words got the healing. Club vibe mixed with ancestral feeling. Move, rise, storm through the night. We are your power, we are your light. Dance with the spirit, speak with the flame. Carry our rhythm, remember my name. I'm storming with my tribe, could you feel it? Voices in the wind, ancestors saying we gon' kill it. Bass hitting heavy like a drumline spirit. Every step we take, we make the whole world hear it.
How about now?
I can hear you.
That's what's
You
up.
hear
That's what's up. Yeah, yeah, we
me?
good. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Cool, cool. We good. So before it messes up on us, we gonna jump back on right back on in it. I don't think I was asking a question when it messed up, so if I was or wasn't, I apologize. We're gonna jump into the 5 times slave foundation, if that's okay with you. Can you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me? Hmm.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, so let's jump into the 5 times slave foundation. Um about the 5 times beyond the books, what's the bigger mission? Because I see you
The
have this
uh,
foundation. So what's the bigger mission of that?
the bigger mission. Well, we in the beginning stage of it, but the bigger mission of it is to address childhood trauma. Through mentorships, through my programs that's on my website, mentalityswitch.com, and also we there for the incarcerated, the formerly
Mhm.
incarcerated as well. And I offer a program that's is in my book, my second book. Also the programs on my website. And I really believe if people would work the program, it'll advise them or teach them how to switch their mentality. So basically we're doing mentorships and things of that sort for for people who've been affected or who experience childhood trauma.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, we focusing on that, and the incarcerated, formerly incarcerated people like that, trying to help them get back, integrate them back into society, things like that.
And with you talking about your foundation a little bit, I want to touch bases on something I planned last year. It hadn't came to life too much yet, but it's in writing, and it's called Minimum Momentum. And basically it's gonna surround itself around me and helping others and whatnot. So I would love to, somehow put this together with the work you do as well. And so I look forward to that. What made you decide this needed to become a foundation instead of simply being your personal story?
Cause I really believe in my personal story, and I feel like through the foundation, I can doors can be open to me that it's just challenging for me to get in by myself. Like big thing of mine is that's on my list to do. I've done prison, I've done rehabilitation centers. Uh,
Mhm.
I want to get into the juveniles because I
Okay.
believe that's where it starts. Though that's where it started for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I went to the left. So I feel like we need to get in those facilities, and share my story with the juveniles and have them work my program.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
I just want to put it on a bigger stage and be able to come
Yeah.
to people with something more than just me, So
Yeah.
that's why I formed the nonprofit to get into doors that I ain't gonna say I couldn't get in, but it's just challenging.
Mhm.
Was challenging just for me to try to get in, by
Yeah.
myself.
I agree. I agree with that. Because and I also like how you said you have a workbook in your second book that you want to put out, especially in the juvenile. Because you didn't just say you want that book in the facility. You said you want them to work your program,
I
work
want them to
your
work the
book, work.
program.
And
Right,
I love that. I love that because you're not just saying, "Hey, read my book." You're saying, "Do the work."
right. Do the work.
Let them
Yeah,
see that you can do the work. That this is something that not only myself has accomplished, but I can help others accomplish. So I like that. I like that. Who are you trying to reach most? The young people, the incarcerated people, the families, the communities, or everybody?
overall everybody, but like I would
Okay.
love to focus on the juveniles, what I'm saying, young adults, what I call them,
Hmm. Hmm.
especially because I believe this, like for as like the young adults that's already in the streets, it's not much
Hmm.
I can say. It's hard to get them to read a book or to work my program like that. So I want to focus on the ones who are already incarcerated, because in there you have less distractions. And if
Yeah.
somebody's coming in there and constantly working with you, gaining, trust between myself and them, and and present my program and encourage them to work it. They don't have nothing a lot more to do in there but to,
Hmm.
work the program. So that's where I kind of focus on, like I say, everybody, but like my main focus is young adults in juvenile facilities and young adults who will listen. Like even in the schools, that's another door that my foundation
Hmm.
can
I was
open for
just
me
gonna say that.
is being in the schools. So and that's basically my focus is the young adults, the ones who haven't completely
Yeah.
jumped off the porch out here, but while the people who have jumped off the porch, what we would like to call it, the ones that's incarcerated, that's my focus as
Mhm.
well. That's my main focus.
Yeah. Yeah. I was definitely gonna say, like boys and girls clubs, you might try to, get that
That's a good
in.
idea.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and especially the schools, maybe you can talk to a couple of different schools and maybe even the Excel programs. A lot of people in schools have Excel programs where they have people come in and they're talking, and that's a good way to reach that teenage age. I believe they have Excel programs anywhere from middle school to high school. So that's
Mhm.
also a good thing to maybe kind of look into in your different areas. Because since I know that you travel a lot as well, so that might help be beneficial to you. Um what do you want the young person to learn from your story before they make decisions that you made?
That they don't have to make them decisions. They can. We say this a lot, but they can look at my story, look at my life, what it is, what it was, and what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's always hope, no matter what you have done. But I'm trying to prevent them from going down that road. That's why I'm trying to prevent them from becoming a career criminal. Because
Yeah.
that makes life harder. It don't make it. I'm not saying that you can't do what you want to do, but there's some things you can't do once you start down that path. So I'm trying to prevent
Right.
them from becoming a career criminal. That's the whole.
Hmm.
That's the whole message of the foundation of what I do. Basically,
Yeah.
trying to prevent them from going down that way. But when they do, if they do, and so when they do, because you got some people that's just gonna do it, commit crimes and be locked up. And I
Yeah.
want to be there for them as well, though. So because I was there,
Right.
so I want to be there for them
Right.
as well. I would like to. I would like to create a program that's in the facilities, to work on them while they're there every day,
Yeah.
so when they come out, they can be productive citizens.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, what about and I say that and I like that because it's a lady, I cannot think of her name, but I did record her last, I think it was the year before last. We did a Juneteenth well, they did a Juneteenth thing in Conway, and a lady came from Little Rock, and she was incarcerated before, and she does a lot of work with a lot of different things. I'm gonna try to find her name and just send you the information as well. Because she worked with she's got she if I'm not mistaken, she got a law passed for something with felons being able to apply for jobs and housing and stuff like that. So I'm gonna put you in contact with her. Like I said, I haven't spoken to her or anything like that, but I know she's doing some good work, and so that might also help. Y'all with maybe reaching out to people that's like that, like them that may be coming out of something or something like that.
Sound
I'm sure
good.
that'll help. Yeah.
Sound good. Yeah.
Um. Okay. Cool. So what kind of impact do you want Five Times a Slave to have 5 or 10 years from now?
Man, it's just my testimony. I wanted to have a always positive impact, always positive impact. That's what I want from it. And I want anybody, like 10 years from now, you can read my book. Like I read a lot of books that impacted me that was written 20 years ago, you know what I'm saying? Or in the 80s,
Hmm.
so I want my books to have that kind of impact on people 20, 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now. And
Yeah. Yeah.
basically know my story, you know what I'm saying? And if they're in a situation where they can read my second book, because I call my second book a self-help book. So if they
Hmm.
find themselves
Hmm.
incarcerated or free, just want to switch their mentality, you know, uh, that's what they'll find. You know what I'm saying? That's what they can get out of it.
Yeah. I like that. Um, Before we move on from Five Times a Slave Foundation, if somebody wants to support what you're doing, how can they get involved today?
They can go to my website, mentalswitchmentality.com, and go over there and check
Mhm.
out my programs. They can donate for the cause because that's another thing I'm doing now. Like I say, I'm just one man right now doing it, but
Mhm.
anything help. The donations help. That allow me to go into these facilities with something to give the people. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just a
Mhm.
word or my experience, something to give people. Because I've sit through many speeches. You know what I'm saying? But like
Mhm.
I feel like if I can give them something, that can help them. It could help
Yeah.
me buy more books, give out books,
I was just gonna say.
material. You know what I'm saying? Give out more material because right now what I'm doing is just purchasing books and books and sending them to
Yeah.
prisons, giving them away to and rehabilitation centers and things like that.
Mhm.
So it could help me out and help us help other people basically.
Yeah. So
Mentalswitchmentality.com.
I
Go over there
want
and check
people
me
to.
out.
Yeah, and I'll have that link at the bottom as well, this live. But I want people to understand when we're creating nonprofits and foundations, we're not just looking for money. We're not looking to
Right.
use that money for things that aren't what we need to be using them for. Like he said, he's trying to buy the books to put into the facilities, to put into these kids' hands and in these programs. Because that's one of the main things that's hard, the money part of it. You know what I mean? You can
Right.
get somebody
Right.
to listen, maybe you can get somebody to read it, but actually leaving the impact and having others try to leave that impact for what you're trying to do is kind of hard to do. So I want people to understand that
Right.
we're not just asking for money when it comes to helping 'em, or we're not just trying to put foundation on the end of something. We really want to um, accomplish goals and make people um help themselves, because that's I think
Right.
that's the most important thing, to be a better person.
Yeah.
I said it
It
on our
is.
live before. If we all, I think I said, if we all better ourselves, we'll probably better the world. I think that's what I said when we last spoke. um
Right.
the conversation that we don't have enough of today, that I'm gonna speak briefly about that. Why do you think society is so quick to label people as criminals without understanding what happened before the crime?
It's just easy to do. It's easy to do, and prison is a big business, so it's easy to do and just get like they had a mentality like just get rid of them, put them in jail, send them to
Mhm.
prison. But that's not a solution at all. You know what I'm saying? It's if you like, I think I say a lot of times it was the best thing that happened to me. You know,
Mhm.
because it allowed me to be away from all the distractions out here and to get myself together. But I wanted to really do that. It took 5 times, but I actually wanted to do the right thing, you know what I'm saying? But the
Mhm.
circumstances
Mhm.
and stuff I was going through and but it's a they just want to basically get rid of you, you know what I'm saying? Get rid of the problem, put it like that.
Mhm.
And they don't want to
Yeah.
jump deeper into the issue because the issue would require throwing some money at it, which is cool. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like professionals in the prison system, in the juvenile system, like professional therapists. You know, it's just not people who
Mhm.
trying to get a check. People who
Yes.
another thing, if I had the power, I would
Mhm.
implement that each and every individual that come through this prison, just like we used to have stipulations. Like I had one time, I had drug charges, so I had to take a SATP program 6 months before I was released, right?
Yeah.
And I had to
Yeah.
do it, or I wouldn't be released. So
Right.
I want,
Right.
I would stipulate like a real therapist and a person would have to show progress. You can't just sit in there and just
Mhm.
listen. You have to show
Yeah.
progress, and she will report it up on you
Yeah.
being released. So things like
Yeah.
that, which costs money, but it could benefit society.
Yeah, yeah, and I agree with you because I don't know. I've never been, but just like when people go up before the parole board or whatnot, and they have to have those classes, or you have to go from
Yep,
I think it's like some kind of alphabet or colors and whatnot when you be in these programs. I think they should have not only these classes, but like you said, these therapy things, these things that you have to
yep,
work through as a person. Because I believe therapy is not only a way to describe and tell a person how to work through things, but it's a very important thing and a very important tool. And just like we need tools to build cars and a hammer to nail a house together, certain things like that, you need those things to build the person
agree.
that you're trying to be, to build the better person, because somebody may not know how to work. You got to go through anger
I
management.
agree.
It's the same
Yep,
thing.
yep,
I mean, so
same
what's wrong
thing.
with a
I was stipulated
therapist?
that.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
What's
I
wrong with a
took that
therapist?
before. Yeah, in
Yeah.
prison, stipulated anger management, SATP, just programs, man, and it's on that individual really to work them programs while you're in there. But I would require a person to show some progress,
Hmm.
and that'll show up every day in your actions. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the things.
So, do you believe people can truly change, or
I
is it a
believe
mindset?
it's a mindset, definitely. That's why I use the word change sometimes so people can relate, but I just believe in transforming your mentality. That's why I say it like that, because
Yeah.
I've been in prison with old, I like to say fools, you know what I'm saying, because that's just
Hmm.
don't
Hmm.
change their minds, you know what I'm saying, because they don't want to, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day,
Hmm.
so, because I know it can happen,
Hmm.
because I used to think crime was normal, you know what I'm saying, and the things I was
Yeah.
doing was just how I go. So I know
Hmm.
that you can switch your mentality to a different channel, you know what I'm saying, you just got to want to do it. And something got to spark your mind,
Yeah.
and that's all I'm trying to do with my speeches, with my actions, with my books. I'm just trying to spark a person's mind, you know what I'm saying, to
Yeah.
see something different. And a lot of times it happened after, like a lot of things people said to me, I remembered it, but it took me to be locked
Hmm.
up away from the distractions and with a sober mind to remember the things they used to say and it used to just come to them. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I believe people can switch their mentality, you know what I'm saying, to a different channel or just I believe in a mental transformation, but it
Hmm.
takes
Hmm.
work.
But
It takes you to do something.
yeah. Yeah, because we can have light bulbs all day long, but and screw it in all day long, but you gotta flip that switch. You gotta turn it
You
on.
gotta flip the switch.
You have to be the
Exactly.
one to turn it off and on. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I agree with you. What's harder, changing your behavior or changing the way people see you after you've changed?
I
So,
think if you
and I'll
change your
ask you again.
behavior,
Okay, you got it.
go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say it again. What's harder, changing your behavior or changing the way people see you after you've changed?
I mean, you can't really help how people see you after you change because some people
Hmm.
will never see me as who I am now. They just see who I used to be. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
your behavior, it will determine how some people see you. Let me say that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because like I said,
yeah,
a lot of people ain't going. They only gonna see you how you used to be. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
most people I meet these days, most people I've met since I've been released that I never knew, they would have
Hmm.
never thought that I've been in prison before. So
Hmm.
those just new eyes, so
Yeah,
you really can't change how
yeah,
people see you, and you really can't really care about their part either. So you just gotta
yeah,
keep pushing and keep making the right decisions and live your truth.
yeah. I agree. I agree that because and I've been through things, done things throughout my life as well. So I really believe that it's a little harder for me. I believe it's a little harder for people to see the person that I am today versus the person that I was. You know what I mean? Or
Hmm.
the things that I've been through. So I thought I like I can agree with you on that too. Um, what's something you wish more parents understood? Well, no, I think we already said this before. I'm gonna ask you this: what does redemption look like when people don't necessarily forgive you?
When they don't necessarily
Like,
forgive
what
you.
does that look like for you? Like, how do you redeem? Like, how do you keep instead of just constantly having to redeem yourself and do this? What does it look like when people don't necessarily forgive you or see it? Like, if they not gonna see it or or understand it or anything like that, how do you keep going? Like, what does that look like? Like, you just try
Really,
to keep positive,
yeah, I
or you
really
just be like,
can't.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah, I do. I really can't like. Shoot, I really can't worry about that part. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
think everybody give off energy and aura. You know what I'm saying? Aura,
Hmm.
and for the most part, people see that. You know,
Yeah.
I can't help what
Yeah.
they think. You know, so I can't help what they thinking or like redeeming
Hmm.
myself. You can't really live every day like trying to redeem yourself. You just gotta know within yourself what you're doing out here and which way you trying to go in life, and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
you just can't do the next person job for them
Yeah.
when it
I
comes to how they
agree.
see you. Just redeeming yourself. You know, so I don't. I
Yeah.
don't. You know what I'm
Yeah. I
saying? I just
don't.
keep
That's
pushing.
that
Nah, I
exactly.
don't.
I don't. I don't. Yes. Let's have a little bit of fun. Um after everything you've been through, um what's something that will have you laughing until your stomach hurts? Like, what's something that keeps you laughing, that keeps you going, that you like?
Mm. I don't know, man. I just like to be productive, man.
Mhm.
I like to have a good time and all that there, but I just like to be
Yeah.
productive. I think everybody needs something. You're gonna get up in the morning and be okay, but I think everybody
Mhm.
needs something, especially me. I need something to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? I need a goal, you know what I'm saying, to be doing the things that I'm doing for. You know,
Mhm.
just something simple as I don't know about making laugh, but like just something simple as like starting my foundation. You know, so it takes
Mhm.
funds to do everything and keep everything going. So that's kind of what motivates me. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm. So
just
that's fun. I
money
like
the
it.
means to
Yeah,
live. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
That's
So
that's what's funny to me.
you
Yeah, I
gotta
like
gotta
that kind of fun.
yeah. I mean, it's just to keep me pushing and allows me to do the things that I can do. Because I really honestly, like we were talking about the nonprofit and the donations,
Hmm.
I'm funding everything myself. I'm putting together a mental transformation package now, piece
Hmm.
by piece, you know what I'm saying? So I can have something to present to the men and women next rehabilitation center I go to or something like that. That's what kind of makes me happy. And
Yeah,
making
yeah,
people happy, you know what I'm saying? So that's the things I see as fun, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Besides
And those are
stuff I do in my leisure time, but like,
yeah.
that's my focus and my goals every day, you know. So I got no problem doing it, you know. So that's just
Yeah,
kind of
that's
what it
what it
is.
keep me. I mean, I like that
Yeah.
too. I mean, that being productive and staying positive and trying to help others,
Yeah.
keeping that higher self and keeping those smiles and being a positive person the best way they can be, and
Yeah.
seeing them help others. I know that's what'll keep a community happy and keep a community going. Before we get ready to end off, I got a couple more questions for you. What's one thing you absolutely refuse to argue about anymore?
Uh, I say the word my transformation
Okay.
or change. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
say change my transformation. You know, I don't try to prove that to nobody no more. You know,
Hmm.
just don't. You know, I just don't try to prove
Yeah.
that. Let my actions show for themselves.
Yeah. Because we when we spoke about the reasons you were incarcerated, from you having the gun and all of this type of things that led you to where you're going, I definitely can understand you not wanting to argue about who you are now and what you already been through. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
definitely can understand that. Yeah.
The
What's
other
one
thing, like,
thing? Hmm. Go
like
ahead.
I was finna say, like religion, saying stuff like that.
Oh
I ain't gonna
yeah.
argue about
Yeah, I ain't gonna argue
politics.
about it.
That's on a daily thing, nah, none of that.
Mm, yeah, I ain't gonna argue with you about the religion. Um, what's if your life? I like this one. What if your life was a movie? What would you call the sequel?
Mm.
Mhm.
What would I call a secret? I think, man, like I got visions, you know what I'm saying, like the titles of my books, you know what I'm saying? I call it that.
Mhm.
Like,
Yep,
uh, being a career criminal to a law abiding citizen, you know what I'm saying? Something like that.
it's a good movie. I like it. It's a good
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
I see. I was
The
gonna
mental
wonder if you was gonna
transformation.
say it.
Yeah, yeah. I got big goals, man, big dreams, things I can see, I can vision, I can see it, so just take time and time and finances. Got some good stuff
well,
in my mind, so
while we in your mind, what's playing on Maurice's playlist right now? What kind of music do you like? What kind of movies do you
oh,
like?
oh man, for his movies, man, I look at a lot of stuff on YouTube, like true crime movies, stuff
Mhm.
like that. I
Mhm.
like a lot of
Yeah, I
that kind
love
of
that.
stuff, man. For some reason,
Yeah,
what I'm saying, I like a lot of that. But for his music, man,
me too.
I kind of, well, I know it's entertainment. Let me put it like that. I'm 45. I know music, like rap music or whatever you call it,
Mhm.
gangster music. I know it's entertainment for me. It don't make
Mhm.
me
Mhm.
feel like some things I can't listen to. I don't want to listen to because they have you thinking. But I like '90s R&B, '90s rap.
Yeah,
I still
yeah.
like the old stuff like that. So
Oh yeah,
I don't like
yeah.
too much
A good
of
Ice
the
Cube. Today was a good
yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah, stuff
Yeah, I
like that.
get that. Yeah, I get that.
Mm,
I like
not
some
too
Jared
much of the
Levert.
violence. Yeah,
Yeah. I like Jared Levert. I watched Joe versus Donnell Jones the other day. The verses. You probably
yeah.
don't watch those, but you can watch those.
I
Those are
seen a
pretty
clip of
good.
it. Yeah, I seen a clip of
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Definitely.
So, who would play Maurice Ford in a movie version of your life? Who you want to play you?
Yeah, I would play the grown, the adult me, but like for as the young adult, I probably try to get one of my nephews or something like that. You know what I'm saying, to play me.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Cause yeah, okay, I like that. Okay.
yeah.
So we're gonna get ready to end off, but we're gonna talk about a little bit of what's next. What's next for the books? Where are you taking these books to next? Is there gonna be a part 3? You know, are you gonna stop there? What's next for your books?
You know, I think this is the second book is like the last book, but what I'm seeing,
Mhm.
my plans is to put it on the big screen. So
Okay.
yep,
Okay,
yep.
I like
Like get
that.
get some scripts written, and put it
Hmm.
on the big screen. Yep.
Yeah.
My wife is an independent filmmaker, so
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
kind of playing with that
Congratulations as
idea.
well.
Yeah,
Yes.
playing with that idea of putting some on the big screen. That's the next
Yeah.
move for the books.
I like that. I like that. Um, are you looking forward? Are you looking toward film, television, speaking, documentaries, or other ways to tell your stories? I know we were just, of course, that led into that, but of course, the film. Are you looking for docu-series or an actual movie, or you want this to be like a little series about 3 or 4 episodes, or part 1, part 2? What we looking at?
Mm. I've
Am
thought
I
about
giving
that
you
too.
some ideas?
Series. Yeah, you are. Yeah, everything, all of that sounds great. You know what I'm saying? All
Yeah,
of that
yeah,
sounds good. Yeah, I can
yeah,
see all that. Yep,
yeah.
all of
Okay,
it.
that's
Let me just
good.
say all of that.
Yeah, I like that. What's one dream you haven't accomplished yet?
One dream.
Mm-hmm. One dream you haven't accomplished yet.
Mm. Um, I could say right now, TED Talk. I used to watch a lot of TED
Okay.
Talk when I was in prison on my tablet. I would love to
Mm-hmm.
be on TED Talk. You
On
know what I'm saying?
TED
Sharing my
Talk.
story.
Okay.
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay. Y'all hear it. Y'all heard it here first now. Come on now, TED Talk. Y'all hear them. All right. So last but not least, if we bring you back to Good Vibes Lounge a year from now, what do you want to be able to tell us happened a year from now?
Man, I'm traveling, doing speaking engagements. I've done TED Talks everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Year from now, I got a script written, if not starting on,
Yeah.
my independent film or something like that. Just
Okay.
progress and going forward with my goals. Just going forward, never not being stagnant, evolving, things of that sort.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good stuff.
And I wish that all for you. I wish that fire. You've
Thank you.
written books and you've built the mission. Now that you are on the other side, Maurice, are you finally having some fun? Cause I seen you having a little fun just recently.
Yeah, yeah. I enjoy life now. I enjoy life. I try to work hard and
Yeah,
enjoy life.
yeah,
Definitely doing that.
yeah.
Definitely.
I seen you went on a cruise. I wouldn't have went on no cruise,
Yeah.
but
Really?
yeah,
You got to
congratulations
try.
to that. Y'all
I
had a
said
little
that before
fun.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
said that
good.
at
That's
once upon
good.
a time. I used to say I wouldn't fly on a plane, but it's evolving, man.
Look
You got to
at you.
evolve. I'm on. That's the only thing I want to do when I travel,
Exactly,
fly.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. It get you there a little bit quicker. You don't got
a
out there.
little
You get
quicker.
there. You go have your fun, and yep. And
Yeah,
then you get back home quicker too. I like that. I like the flying
yeah.
part for sure.
Yes.
Well, yes. Well, again, thank you so much for being a part of my show. Thank you for being on Crown by Fire Survival just recently. And thank you for coming back and believing in me and getting on Good Vibes Lounge.
Oh
Thank you
yeah,
for wanting to
definitely.
make a positive impact in life and in other people's life. I hope someone sees this show and they see the person that you are today and not who the person that had to overcome. You only went through those struggles. Those don't make that does not make that person you. You know what I mean? So
Right.
thank you for being on my show again. You are, as well as I've told anybody else that has been on this show, the best part of my show. And I wish you nothing but happiness and greatness, and congratulations again on your second book. We're gonna work together continuously, and we're gonna keep building. And is there anything you want to leave people with? Your platforms, where they can reach you. Just anything you want to leave our viewers.
Yeah. First though, appreciate you for having me on your platform. And much continued success to you. But my platforms, like, go over there on Facebook. I'm Maurice Burnett Ford on Facebook on all of my platforms, Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
TikTok, Maurice Burnett Ford. Check my books out on Amazon. I have autographed copies soon. Give me like 2 or 3 weeks. I have some autographed copies available. And go over there and check out mentality.com and check out my website. Check out my nonprofit foundation as well. And if
Mm-hmm.
anybody check out the services I got, we provide over there. And if anybody need me, reach out. Reach out.
Yeah, and I'll make sure that all that information is in our at the bottom of our live once we get that done. And again, thank you so much for being on the show, and I appreciate you. That is it.
Thank you. Much continued success to you.
Bye. Thank you. Talk to you later.
Okay.
So again, thank you everybody who have actually watched us, who have sat in here, who comment, like, subscribe. If you are watching this at a later date, I am Kalandra Vons, and thank you again for joining us on Crown by Fire and Good Vibes Lounge. Thank you to all of the amazing guests and everyone watching and supporting. Keep believing, keep growing, and most importantly, do not quit. Until next time, good vibes and keep manifesting.